I'm eating popcorn, which is why I was muted, because it is loud and violent. I should probably mention them here too. I almost forgot to do that. Happiness.
You're mocking me, aren't you?
Oh, no. Buzz, look, an alien! Where?
It looks like Azon's here too. Sexcellent. Sexcellent. Merpity, merpity, merp. That track will be important in a moment. Oh shit, there he is. There he is. Where were we? We were right here. Pet, 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 pet. Popcorn. Popcorn's gonna go well for a lot of reading. I know it. Nuzzle, 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 nuzzle. I'm going to attempt to be sparing with the popcorn. It's already hard, though. Twitch analytics is wrong. It says I only have one active viewer. Why are you wrong? Man, fuck you. Trying to make me feel fucking bad. Alright. Bro, Twitch is sabotaging me. Bro, it's true. Oh shit, I am wearing a hoodie and it is hot. Psychological warfare? How dare they? I will bend and contort my body however I need to. Literally just tossed my hoodie. Popcorn. Stop it then. Man, I really am getting that gremlin energy all up in. You can put on a show with that contortion skill, LMAO. I can and frequently do. I only hear two of them because the other have been quieted. Oof. And Snake Station just started. Is he one that you watch? Ah, tasty, tasty tea. On occasion, I watch the snake. Well, on this occasion, you watch the pods. Ahem. Ahem. Aha. Hi, happy birthday, Rose. Hello, and thanks. I, did you get John's present yet? I just opened it at this very moment. What a stunning coincidence you would ask about now. I am stunned. Yeah, I know. What will you make with it? Who said it was something from which something else could be made? Well, John did tell me what it was, duh. I suppose I'll take a stab at learning the craft. It's the least I can do in response to the subtle dig concealed in his gesture. He often tells me I need a new hobby when I make perfectly reasonable analytical remarks. Oh, but Rose, I don't think he means anything like that by it. You see, not everybody always means the opposite of what they say, the way you and Dave always do. Maybe. His birthday is in a few months, isn't it? Yep, I finally finished a present for him. I've been working on it for years. Years? It's so hard to tell when you're joking, or if you're even capable of it. I just mailed it too, so it is sure to get there on time. Mail takes a while to get anywhere from here. I'll probably craft something with a strong sentimental value. That should burn him. I don't think you really mean that. I guess not. So, shall I expect a green package dropped to my house via airmail from whatever screwball cranny of the globe you're tucked into? No. Sorry, but you're sort of hard to shop for. Besides, I have something for you today that I think you will like better than something in a box. Oh? It's a tip! This is already intriguing enough to compensate for the grave scarcity of lavish gifts parachuting from the sky. Please go on. Did you have a pet a long time ago that died? Yes. Okay, well, how did you feel about your cat? Did you love him a lot? Okay, well, I didn't mention it was a cat or that it was male. Let's pretend I'm surprised and you're embarrassed and move on. To answer your question, I would describe my feelings towards the animal as lukewarm. Um, okay. That's fine. It doesn't really matter, I think. Just, what if someone told you you could play a game that would bring him back to life? If someone told me that, I would regard that remark with a great deal of skepticism. And if that someone was you, on the other hand, then I would have to ask preemptively, is that someone you? Yes, that someone is me! I just thought you might find it interesting. So, what is this game? Oh, I don't know. I'm just saying is all. I think you'll hear about it later, and maybe you can talk to John and Dave about it. They're way more into all that stuff than I am. I'll see what the word on the street is about it, in due time. For now, I should probably order a copy of Knitting for Assholes. It would be a shame if I ran late with John's present. I be here. Ah, yes, you be on time. Crazy idea. Mephiles, Shadow's third boss in Generations. Mephiles. 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 You know, I really... When... when Super Android 13 Abridged first dropped, I really wanted to take that... Vegeta, he's still here too! I'll kill him! But with, like, Sonic, Shadow, and Mephiles. Hey, wait. Can we get a quick recap? Haha. Of all the stuff that's already happened. Well, this is a flashback scene. And we were just... John just got his shit together. And, fuck, how do I recap this? Okay, John got sent into the medium, which is where all the imps and crazy stuff is. He won his first fight. We are messing around with Dave, who is technically, like, a couple hours behind John in the timeline, because everything that's happening with John now is in his future. I'm just gonna go on and hope that, that it recaps itself. Dave, get katana. Capture log your katana. and prepare to venture out into the apartment to retrieve your bro's copy of the game. But first, maybe, just maybe. But yeah, fucking... Oh wait, never mind. I remember what happened now. Haha, that was a surprisingly good memory jog. Oh, good. Sound, Dave. Retrieve dead bird. Dude, that bird is long gone. It probably won't last long in this heat anyway. You don't know what's up with this sick heat. The sun threatens to set, but just won't step off. It's staring you down. Like a big red eye of a hot needle skipping on a groove. It's tracing around the earth. While lingering in midair, its heat seems to suspend time itself, stretching like warped vinyl. It's meant to rain this season, but there ain't been a drop in sight. Even a little drizzle would help. Might help to fizzle the sizzle a little bizzle. Set the record straight on the global turn tizzle. So I don't change the dizzle, turn it up a little. I got a living room full of fine dime brizzles, waiting on the pizzle, the dizzle, and the shizzle. G's to the bizac, now the way is here we gizzo. When the pimp's in the crib, ma, drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot. English romantic poet John Keats. Dave, exit your room and go into the living room. Sorry, little dude, coming through. Gotta put you down for a bit. You figure you left him hanging long enough. Dave, hastily enter the room with wild abandon. You barge in and see a familiar face. A friendly face. I don't like that. You stand in the living room. Your bro spends most of his days in here. At night he crashes on the futon over there. You don't see him anywhere, though. There's a puppet chest he stores a little Cal in when he takes him out on gigs. But when he's home, he usually leaves Cal on display somewhere. And with good reason, because Cal is totally sweet. So sweet. Man. Dave, pity the fool. It's your brother's Mr. T puppet, which of course is kept in the apartment with a sense of profound, humorous irony. But as usual with your bro's this is no ordinary irony or anything close to a pedestrian tier 1 ironic gesture, which is a meager single step removed from sincerity. This is like 10 levels of irony removed from the original joke. It might have been funny like 8 years ago to joke about Mr. T and how he was sort of lame, but that was the very thing that made him awesome and badass. And that his awesomeness was also sort of the joke. But in this case, the joke is the joke. And that degree of irony itself is also the joke, and so on. Only highly adept satirical ninjas like you and your bro can appreciate stuff like this. It's cool taking stuff that other people think is funny, but you know really isn't, and making it funny again by adding a subtle strata of irony, which are utterly undetectable to the untrained eye. Also, for good measure, Mr. T is wearing a leather thong and handcuffed to a pantsless Chuck Norris puppet. God, you hope you could be as good as your bro at this someday. You'd never tell him that, though. Starting to think Dave might be a fucked up character. Find little Cal and give fist bumps. Cal's nowhere in sight. All you see is a bunch of your bro's weird nude puppets strewn all around haphazardly. You guess these things are kinda cool. Sort of. Dave, play a game on Xbox. Looks like your bro was playing. It's not like him to leave in the middle of some totally intense gaming. Not like him to misplace Cal either. Man, you hope the little guy's alright. Oh, there you are, dude. Didn't see you there. We be chill today, Cal? Yeah, you better fucking believe we be chill. Cal is the man. I don't like Cal. Dave, resist urge to play bro's Xbox. You fail to resist the urge. I hate the puppet. Wood chipper. Now! Oh, Ryan. That wouldn't help you. Anyway. You start thrashing up stunts, something uncanny brutal on your quest for Mad Snaxio. get this way rude hunger under control. Shit is basically flying off the hook. It's like shit nothing wants to do with that. It's like the shit wants nothing to do with that hook. That hook is dead to that shit. But you get stuck in some poorly modeled 3D fixture or something, like a railing or a piece of the wall, you'll have to reset. Fuck this shit. It's the most unsettling thing I've been told today. Give little Cal a bro fist bump. You almost forgot. Gotta give the C-Man some props. That's adorable. Dave, check out your bro's sweet gear. Your bro has so much sweet gear, it's hard to keep up with all of it sometimes. Here's his computer setup. He usually has a lot of stuff cooking on here at any given moment. Since he's not around, you might as well sneak a peep. Look at your brother's computer. Oh, hell no. Your bro's computer is password protected, of course, to protect all the incredible top secret shit he's got on the burners. Of course, you know what the password is, and he knows you know it, and you're both cool with that because the password is the most awesome thing it can be. You enter the password on the desktop. On the desktop is a hodgepodge of unnamed folders to store all the stuff he's working on. No one can decipher his organization system but him. He also tends to use the application Complete Bullshit to keep up with the ludicrous amount of websites and news feeds he monitors to stay hip to the scene. Open Complete Bullshit. Content aggregator. This is complete bullshit. Check if Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff has had a sweet update. Your bro keeps up with your projects in his aggregator, just like you keep up with his. He is tuned into your various blogs, and of course, Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff. You navigate to the latest comment in one of the many bullshit feed bans. Bro, I got a ticket for the big game. It's sports. Doc, I am so jealous, you know. I love the big game. Oh, yeah. And there he goes. The big man has the rock. He's driving so hard through the paint downtown. Alley-oop for the slam dunk. Yeah. Sweet bro. Dave, mouse over the orange stripe containing plush rump. Another one of your bro's many ironic websites. The difference here is he rakes in thousands of dollars a month through this enterprise. Smuppets are a multi-billion-dollar-a-year enterprise, and it's awfully hard to resist taking a firm squeeze from the plump udder of that cash cow. Oh. Puppet porn. Stop wasting time and look for bro's beta. You guess you've messed around on his computer long enough. Better get a move on before it's too late for Rose, or worse yet, your bro catches you. But my god, the rumps, they are transfixing. You know this is ironic and all, and your bro reaches echelons of irony you could only dream of daring to fathom, but on rare occasions, when your guard is down, it all just seems a tad unsettling to you. Oh, hey. Hey there, Cal. Give Cal a nervous fist bump. You're sort of starting to flip the fuck out, without losing your cool, of course. I do not like the puppet. Dave, pester John to ease your nerves. You get Egbert on the line again to give him the lowdown on your progress. You feel it's important to keep the wires hot, but he's not answering. You wonder what that guy is up to. Hey, what is up? What happened with the monster that is totally definitely in your room? Did you kill it? Where are you, man? Anyway, things are cool here. Totally cool. Puppets are still awesome. No problems with them or anything. Just like, really, really awesome. Looks like Rose finally logged in again. Didn't John say her house was burning down? You wonder if she's on fire yet or what? Oh, there you are. John said your house was burning down. Are you on fire yet or what? No. For now I have retired to the safety of a smaller building, which is much closer to the forest fire threatening my residence. Oh, well, that's a relief. John told me to get the game to help you out of there, so I'm working on that now. Working on it? Yeah, my bro's copy. Long story. Hey, don't tell John, but I think he might have been right about the puppets. They're sort of starting to freak me out a little. You're referring to your brother's collection? I mean, don't get me wrong, I think it's cool and all, the semi-ironic puppet thing or whatever, or semi-ironic. Man, I don't even know. I'm just starting to think some of this shit is going a little far and it's kind of fucked up. I've seen his websites. I like them. Ha! Yeah, well, you would. Oh man, I wish little Cal wouldn't look at me like that with those dead eyes. Jesus. Sometimes I dream that he's real and he's talking to me, and I wake up in a cold sweat and basically flip the fuck out. Interesting. Oh god, why did I just tell you my dream? You're gonna have a field day with that. I'm currently scrolling notes furiously into one of the many psychoanalysis journals I maintain for you. Published papers forthcoming. Because, you know, it's not like either of us have anything better to do at the moment than evaluate each other's radically debilitating pathologies. Oh, that's the stuff. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get moving. Oh, and have you heard from John? He's not answering me. He won't answer me either, but I am watching him. I suspect he is preoccupied with the fact that he just had a bucket of water dumped on his head by the ghost of his dead grandmother, who also happens to be dressed like a clown. Ha 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 ha. Alright, I'm out later. Seconds in the future, but not many. John, what are you doing? Snap out of it. We ought to discuss what your grandmother told you, don't you think? Fine, enjoy your stupor. I'll go about my business elsewhere. Rose, deploy Punch Designix. John, whenever you read this, you should know I put the shale you collected to use and finally deployed the Punch Designix. It is in your study. I can only drop it, though. You'll have to be the one to mess around with it and see what it does. When you're finished with your weird histrionics, maybe you could give it a try? I'm updating my walkthrough, and it would help to know what it does. Also, I should probably warn you that your house and yard are completely infested with monsters now. Try to be careful. Oh no. They're fucking around on his tire swing. That is the face of a boy who is angry. Puppets are evil! So I can see. Every moment you cannot, he gets closer. So I can see. Stupid lousy imps, they're mucking up all my cool stuff. Oh, there you are. Oh yeah, sorry, I'm not sure what came over me there. I was acting really crazy for some reason, but my head feels like it's clearing up. I think I'm alright now. John, rebuild Clawhammer and return it to Specibus. You're getting way better at this sort of thing. John, confront Pogo Ride to prepare yourself for Nana. Ah! Thank God your sanity has returned so you can entertain extremely rational, coherent thoughts like this one. You examine the Pogo Ride from your bathroom window. You do not like what you see. What? Quick, giddy up. Use arrow keys to operate Pogo Ride for insane combos. Those sons of bitches! No one risks painful injury on your green slime. Ah! Pogo Ride, but you! There he goes! Look at him go! Sure, let's submit the high score. Let's see where I am. Ben. Oh, it was a joke. A joke high score. Rose, drop something heavy on one of those amps. Uh-oh. Dead. Not big surprise. My... Rose, my piano! Instructions followed. Sorry, no nuance to these controls at all. I was hoping to bludgeon the imp without letting go of it. Guess I can't really do that. A broken piano isn't the end of the world, though. I guess you're right. You'll need to pick up the spoils in person. I can't interact with the grist. So, that means I had to go back out the back door? Yes, is there a problem? Well, it may sound dumb, but I was hoping to avoid Nana and her spooky ghost cookies. You're right. That does sound dumb. Can you see her in the kitchen? Yeah. What's she doing? Is she baking? You could say that. Are you sure you can't get that crisp up to me somehow? Maybe. Rose, use Pogo Ride to fling grist through window. Doesn't look like the grist is going anywhere. You just never know with these gaming abstractions. Drop Pogo Ride in John's bathroom. John, get grist. There you go. Now why don't you check on the design? Check out the designers. You can do that while I get to work. On what? Oh, that was a sneeze. I'm glad I muted myself for it. Fuck. Num num num. Num 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 num. Piano, level up for slaying the imp. The piano, in its valiant effort, has unfortunately been slain. But if it hadn't, it would have raked in so many boon dollars you have no idea. So many. Rose, it's time to build. Nana said to build, so that's what I'm doing. Oh, yeah, okay. But this is gonna take a lot of grist. Looks like you're gonna be busy, John. Blarg! Well, what are you building? Stairs. They're fairly expensive, actually. Oh, man. I could have warned you about stairs, Rose. Lol. Oh, she's deleting this. No! Imp! No! There he goes. I'll try recouping some of the grist from that catwalk I built earlier. It keeps happening! Ah, good. Looks like I can get a refund for earlier allocations. I told you, Rose. I told you about stairs. Okay. Consider me fully briefed on the matter of stairs. Now, if you don't mind, it's hard enough to concentrate on this without immersing ourselves in Strider's non sequitur. Did you know he thinks puppets are cool? Does he? He is so dumb. Rose, use build grist to construct observation tower on roof. Okay, you obviously don't have enough grist yet for something that ambitious, but you can get started with the foundation for some upward construction at least. John, check cabinets for imps or useful items. There's no imps in here, just a lot of shaving cream. Dad loves shaving. It's basically... Dads love shaving. It's basically all they do. When they're not baking, that is. John, bring 2 cans of shaving cream. No, his telescope went right out the window. Capture log 2 cans of shaving cream, just in case. You never know when you'll need to bust out a hilarious shaving cream Santa beard to ratchet up your prankster's gambit. Your telescope goes flying out the window. John, ride Pogo Ride. It's a little cramped in there for any sort of proper reckless pogoing. You'll just grab it and hang on to it until the right moment presents itself. The towel floats back down onto the rack. The circle of stupidity is complete. Rose, check up on Nana Quinn to see what she's cooking. That's a lot of fucking cookies. Just murders an imp. John, make your way to the study. Oh. It looks like the imps have taken a shining to the Cruxtruder. Cruxite and black goo everywhere. John, ride Slimer Pogo and one-up that imp. Okay, well, it's not a Slimer Pogo, but you mount it anyway and brandish your deadly armaments. Ride your steed to victory. This is incredibly dangerous. John, flip the fuck out. Let's see if they like the old double barrel lather blaster. Whoops! Oh shit! Mr. John respectfully asks that you please stand up. Don't move or the pogo gets it! Now, sir boy, flee from this boorish rabble post haste. Nice abscond, dude. By the way, sorry I'm quiet editing and recording for my recording for the Stay at Play stream. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Yeah, whoa, 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 indeed. Refrigerator, level up for slaying the imp. The refrigerator skyrockets up the ladder to a new rung, 5-star General Electric, and earns 285 boon dollars. Things are really looking up for this feisty appliance. Well done, John. Polite congratulations. For some reason, you feel a sense of positive reinforcement. Wherever the feeling is coming from, it sure is a welcome change from your erratic moods earlier. Now, my civil fellow, I have a well-mannered query to ask. I blocked the entrance to the study to give you some space to work with the Designex. John, imp's behind you. Should I take care of it? You trapped your PDA again, didn't you? So why did you have to pick up all that stupid shaving cream? So pointless. Rose, drop something heavy on one of those imps. John, might I bother you for a can opener? Oblivious to the commotion behind you, you suddenly find yourself pondering the whereabouts of a can opener. You think there's probably one in the kitchen, but the path is blocked by your refrigerator. John is completely unresponsive. What the hell is that nincompoop doing? Years in the future. Let's not get totally carried away here. A studious eye darts about a page like a honeybee gathering the sweet nectar of wisdom. Typical human. Please, thank you. You are welcome. Good day. How do you do? Splendid, and you. Gratification. Further courtesy. Favor is mutually curried. Elixir known as tea. Absurd vestigial fourth digit is cantiverged. Everyone is polite. I can't make as many as I'd like for comprehensive documentation. For what it's worth, I've managed to collect so far. More captures forthcoming. Rose, construct loft above John's room. Cool. Ladders seem to be a bit cheaper than stairs. Hello, John. It appears we have reached an impasse. Yes, it seems so. The opener dilemma remains unsettled, most unfortunately. It is unfortunate, I guess. What are we talking about again? But it has been a pleasure nonetheless. Thanks for the courtesy. It's really not necessary, but thanks. Oh, but thank you. Thank you okay. Thank you so very much, dear favorable small primate. I shall take my leave now, John. Until next time. Wait, where did all this sweet loot come from? And why is there suddenly a crumpled hat on your head? John, gather grist, examine Designex. Feeling especially economical with your behavior suddenly, you scoop up all the grist in the room and turn your attention to the Punch Designex all in one fell swoop. The device features a countertop station designed with a keyboard setup. Not unlike an old-fashioned computer, there's a blinking red light and a diagram etched into the panel. Rose, answer Dave. Okay, wait, hold on. Why am I getting this stupid game for you? You're the one who should be wrist deep. You're the one that should be wrist deep in puppet ass. What is the specific problem? The problem is I'm up to my goddamn neck in fucking puppet dong. You know you like mag and dick. Accept it. I am enrobed in chafing, wriggling, god fucking damned puppet pelvis. An obscenely long, coarse Kermit cock is being dragged across my anguished face. Let's put this into perspective. You put up with this puppet prostate because you love it. Also, coarse is a good word. You don't seem to harbor any sympathy for the fact that I've burrowed fuck deep into lively fluppet muppet buttock. I'm whirling in the terrible cyclone at the epicenter of my personal holocaust of twitching foam noses. It's like a fucking apocalypse of perky proboscis in here. Like the probocalypse, I guess. Are you going to start rapping about this? What? No, listen. Prong of flesh bereft of home, found solace twixt a cleft of foam. Oh no, oh Jesus. Of apocalypse, your thoughts eclipse, a painted pair of parted lips that dare to through kiss to stir the air that teases tufts of orange hair, and though faces flush in lovers' fits, hands snug and plush as gloves befit. Okay, Dickinson, if you can shut your perfumey trap for half a second. This is serious. I am just saying, if I see one more soft, bulbous, ball bottom being like, I'm going kind of just jutting and impudent or whatever, I'm gonna just fucking fly off the handle. I'm gonna do some sort of acrobatic fucking pirouette off the handle and win like a medal or some shit. Then let's hope there will be a squishy derriere somewhere below to handle the break of your fall. John, observe back of first visible capture log card. You flip over the top card that contains your pogo ride. Anytime you capture log something, a new code appears on the back of the card. You always wondered what the code was for. Damn, these things are hard to read, but then you've never really found any reason to decipher them. Until now, perhaps. John, examine reverse side of hammer and strife specibus. It looks like your strife deck has codes too. Enter capture code as seen on back of pogo ride card. You enter DQMMJLEK into the keyboard. At least you think that's what the code is. The red light switches off. A green light begins blinking. Insert card. John, type NZ7UN6BI. In the interest of due diligence, you enter the other code and repeat the process with that card too. Both cards are now punched with different hole patterns. Attempt to retrieve Pogo from card. Oh, that should be a simple matter of... Uh-oh, looks like a trap now. You don't see how you can access that item anymore, or store a new item in there for that matter. These cards are pretty much useless now, and the items they contain are toast. But maybe not all is lost. Recalling from your expertise with pre-punched cards, you may be able to use the cards to replicate the items in question. Assuming the code's right, that is. Mash keys needlessly. Not quite through with your cowboy empiricisms quite yet. You mash the keyboard to generate a random code. You enter into the design X, stops you after 8 characters, which appears to be the maximum length for a code. The green light goes on, signaling readiness for a card. You figure you might as well burn the shaving cream since the product is not exactly at a premium in your household. You also figure you might as well merge 2 cans onto 1 card. You're a little sad your dad isn't around for this. You have a feeling he'd get a real kick out of the idea of duplicating more shaving cream. You punch the card with the pattern, but that is no way related to the code for the item it contains. This should make for an interesting experiment. Mad science is a lot of fun. Unfortunately, you just burned another card in the process. Your deck is really dwindling now. Maybe you should have thought this through a little better. On the plus side, you just freed up your PDA, which is overflowing with pent-up chatter of obnoxious pesters. John jumping as a bathtub flies through his wall. John, answer your chums. Puppets! Awesome! That's all there really is to say on the matter. Turntech God had turned his room to rancorous. John, watch out. I'm about to throw a bathtub through your wall. Watch out. Wow, that was totally unnecessary. I made a shortcut upstairs, so I thought it'd be a good idea to get up there and try the cards as soon as possible. Also, you weren't being terribly responsive. You mean these stairs? Man, look at these shitty stairs. They're so narrow. What? I'm supposed to climb those? They're perfectly navigable. I'm saving on grist for now. If you keep slaying foes, collecting grist, and expanding the cash limit, we may not need to be so economical with our resources in the future. So why didn't you just build a way up through that hole into my dad's room? Have you ever been in there? No. Exactly. Huh? I'd rather not get sidetracked. I'm more interested in further exploring the mechanics of the game than watching you discover what sort of outlandish harlequin decor your father keeps in his room. Oh, come on. What's the big deal? I'll just climb up and go right through. Will you? Yeah, why not? Are you saying you've never wondered what was in there or why it's been kept a secret from you? I mean, yeah. Then trust me, you won't be going right on through. Wait, are you saying there's something, like, troubling in there? I don't know. What do you mean? What do you see in there? I can't see in there. Oh. But I don't have a very good feeling about it. Psst, whatever, I can handle a few more stupid clown paintings. Rose, move punch cards to John's room. Rose, drag some Crookside dowels up to John's room. John, collect grist and examine safe. You swoop up the bountiful supply of grist generated by your co-player's recent exploits, and from now on, it'll probably go without saying you'll nab any grist lying around without making a big fuss over it. You check out the busted safe, which has made a noble sacrifice in battle. Some of your father's odds and ends have spilled out, including some old newspaper clippings and two rather hefty tomes. It's fair to bet that these books comprised at least half the weight of the safe. Examine Family Tome of Humor. It's another copy of Colonel Sasker's daunting text of magical frivolity and practical japery. This one looks really old, perhaps an original printing. Could it be the same one involved with your grandmother's unfortunate accident on that fateful day? Dad would never speak a word about it, but maybe Nana wouldn't be so tight-lipped. You give it a cursory perusal. It appears to be similar to your reprinting, listing all the japes and chicanery you've come to know and love. You capture log it, thinking you may give it a closer look later. Examine contents of safe. The Fatherly Gent's Shaving Almanac. You take a look at the other book. You're sure Dad thought this was a scintillating read, but it looks pretty boring to you. Maybe you'll crack into it someday when you're old enough to shave. Everything in the safe was obviously very important to your father, and you wonder why he kept it locked away from you. Some things about him you'll never understand. The Common Hornographer. Space rocks knock. Local burbs block off. Since he's been collecting scraps up from the news over the years, all these articles go back decades. John, look at the piece of paper taped to the wall. Son, if you are reading this, it means you are now strong enough to lift the safe. You are now a man. As such, you are entitled to what is inside. I know you will take this responsibility seriously. I am so proud of you. Turn card over. You guess this is the combination to the safe. This is completely useless. John, examine back of capsule on floor. You guess these are all zeros? Or are they capital O's? Zeros would probably make more sense for an empty card, you think. Capture log the card. Enter code on back of Design X. Punch card. Wait, John, before you punch that. Oh, I was about to say, if you took the first note off the code, then removed the code from the card, you would have punched the blank one, and only burned through one card instead of two. Oh, you're right. Damn it! Throw hat down in disgust. John, capture log punch capture log card. Oh, she caught it, thank God. John, take PDA. The 2-card Solodex, Inventory of Dumbasses. John, level up. He leveled up to Pesky Urchin. Colonel Sasker, level up for slaying the imp. The Colonel soars to new heights on his ladder, reaching the rung one-man julep vacuum, and pockets 9,550 boon dollars. Chump change for the genteel, aristocratic Southern Colonel. Bathtub, level up for slaying the imp. The bathtub surges heroically and surpasses the rung Archimedes Aqua Cradle, proceeding directly to the vaunted rung Taft Jammer. The tub makes off with a cool 490 boon dollars. The tub's basin capacity remains unaffected. The safe was slain in battle. A great flaming nautical pyre carries it off to Valhalla. Valhalla, everyone. John, make your way up those stairs post-haste. You're not sure. They look pretty precarious to you, but you've been assured the stairs are perfectly navigable. Lad scramble. Lousy goddamn stupid stairs. Oh no, big hands! Dave, ignore Little Cow and find the beta. You wander over to the place where your bro keeps a sweet turntable gear. Man, that setup is really sweet. You feel pangs of jealousy whenever you walk by it. Really cool jealousy, though. Like the kind where instead of getting all worked up about it, you don't actually give a shit. One of your brother's rad and extremely expensive ninja swords is missing, though. You know this drill all too well. Trouble's a brewin'. Dave, take expensive ninja sword. What sword? Why was Dave looking around so hard for his brother's copy of the game again? Because an asshole bird flew in through the window, took his copy, and then got stabbed and fell all the way down to ground floor. No one can ever know about that, by the way. That's a secret. Dave, exit your bro's room. You approach the exit. There's something on the door you haven't seen before. Looks like one of your bro's ironic comics left for you to check out. And he needs it because he, wants to help out his little brother's buddies or something? Yes, if he doesn't do it, Rose will burn to death, apparently. Because what Rose is to John, Dave needs to be to Rose. And then someone needs to do the same thing for Dave, and then that someone needs to do the same thing, have John do the same thing for them. It's a chain, you see. Now let's see what this ironic comic is. Oh, right, because she can't influence her environment. Bingo. And she's gonna burn! What have I done? Animal, please start breathing. Oh god, please breathe. Haha. Okay, make-believe time is over. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. What will Nanny do to me if she finds out? No one can ever know. I have to hide the body, but where? Think, imagination. Og, the one time I really need you. Click. Hello, Rolf. I want to play a game. I want to play a game. Why is Kermit fucking the Jigsaw Killer? Okay, some of the stuff you know he's leaving around to get under your skin. This is obviously another ploy in his relentless siege of one-upsmanship to get your goat. The same goat you've been meaning to bleat like ironically, but that time will still have to wait for a more appropriate time. You think he knows that deep down you feel like you're still not ironic enough to get stuff like this. This is probably some weird gauntlet he's throwing down to see if you will get it. But honestly, you think this material is just a little too ironic. You just don't need to see this shit right now. Go into the kitchen. No sign of bro in here either. Well, aside from the absurd quantity of awesome, dangerous stuff he leaves lying around. Transfer katana to strife specibus. With an escalating sense of threat, you think it's time to shift your katana to your specibus. You figure it's better to free up the card anyway, since you might need to grab some of this stuff. Set blender to mix. You guess your bro stuck some fake blood capsules in that puppet? Pretty gross. You spot one of your bro's many webcams nearby recording the incident. It seems you may have just unwittingly been an accessory to some sort of grisly puppet snuff film. You're not totally sure how you feel about that. Bro, Dave, capture lock Buster Sword from behind the microwave. This might be the only thing in the whole apartment that's a bigger piece of shit than your own sword. You put it back behind the microwave where it belongs. Set blender to crush ice. It's sort of bouncing around in there. You're making a bit of a mess now. Hide evidence in microwave. See, like, his hobbies are cool and all, but you guess he's got to put his shit somewhere. But, like, what if you just wanted to heat up a burrito or something? This kitchen is pretty much useless. Grab those fireworks. You catalog all the fireworks the sink has to offer. You just know these are going to come in handy, but why would they be in the sink if they weren't? Looks like one of them is still stuck at the garbage disposal. Catalog shurikens. You catalog the shurikens and, hey, careful where you're putting stuff, especially if you're looking to turn your Silodex into a powder keg full of sharp things. You put the box of fireworks back into card 5 to start that, or card 3 apparently. That settles that, you guess. Take nunchaku. Take the nunchaku, once again grabbing without thinking ahead, and first you capture the box again. And while adeptly avoiding the shuriken trap, which you set yourself only moments ago, you get around all the fireworks, time to regroup here. Capture each shuriken individually. You grab each shuriken one at a time, knocking out those nunchaku, but no worries, you've got a plan. You take the nunchucks. Everything seems to be in order now. It would have been badass to go with the authentic Japanese names for each weapon, but sometimes you've just got to compromise with this modus. Dave, examine fetch modus. You flip over the fetch modus and check out the back. You're really not sure where you're keeping this thing. Oh well, who cares? Press eject button. Oh hell no. Now after all that trouble you went through to get that stuff situated, this is a potentially very dangerous button. Dave, change Scrabble points change to Scrabble points hash modus. Changing hash will eject Silodex, are you sure? First you program your modus with the Scrabble points hash function, adding it to the list. This might be a cool function to use, but it looks like you'll have to empty your Silodex to select it, which you're just not going to do that yet. No way. Checkbox, detect collisions. Okay. Take the skateboard. It's just, what is this guy so happy about? What's he looking at up there? You think if you see one more soft bulbous bottom being like kind of jutting out and impudent or whatever, you're going to fly off the handle. You take the skateboard. Actually, no, you don't. A collision has been detected. You take the wheeled ride. Man, your inventory's nomenclature is getting lamer by the minute. You take the power cord. No, wait, this isn't gonna work. Think of a new word for power cord. You take the battery pack. Damn it. You take the battery pack using the Y as a consonant. Your Silodex reluctantly accepts. It's a tactic notoriously employed by hashmap nudes, but you don't care about that now. Besides, it's not like your bro is around to see it. Oh dear. Dave, time to search for some mad snacks, yo. Oh, it's just little Callaghan. You can never stay mad at him. Anyway, you've got to get through this you gotta get this rude hunger under control. You figure you ought to scope the fridge to get some grub. This hunger was so ill-mannered it would take a room full of snooty dowagers to commit mass suicide. Open refrigerator. Oh, good. More shitty swords. Of course you knew these were in here. You're not even sure why you looked. If you want to keep any food or beverage in this apartment, you pretty much got no choice but to hide stuff away in your closet. Take swords. The hell with it. You take the entire jumble of unbelievably shitty swords and brace yourself. Looks like that works, actually. You capture the jumble of unbelievably shitty swords. Okay, just finished editing, and it ended it saying, well, Kojimble's off his meds. Dave, burrito. Rose in an inferno. Ah! That's perfect. Dave, use Ice Maker. It's still hot around here. You dispense several cherry bombs. Wait, who's that looking at you in the reflection? Ryan? 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 Do you like that? Do you like what you're seeing, Ryan? Do you? Where's that little dude scamper off to this time? No! Capture log cherry bombs. You go for the cherry bombs unsuccessfully. After mulling it over a bit, you take the red spherical salutes. The Pix doesn't like puppets. Take Blender. Blender is a pretty simple word. You can already tell that's not going to work. Instead, you take the Whirling Blade Pitcher. That's really a much better name for it anyway. Activate Garbage Disposal. Stuff down Mr. Purple Guy into the garbage disposal. You're still not sure what he's so happy about, or what he's looking at up there. While you're at it, you pitch the contents of the blender, whirly blade pitcher into the garbage disposal. But you suffer an unfortunate garbage disposal head jam. You notice something in the reflection, something above you. Dave, look up. Hello, Dave. It's the latch to the crawl space above your apartment. Bro's always tucking away in there and busting out with his rad stealth stunts. He's so slick with that dangling cord. He's so slick that dangling cord never even jostles. You just know he's being ironic with these weird mind games. There's no way anyone would be serious about aping those shitty movies. Dave, use turntables and cinder blocks to make a fort. It's a pretty sweet fort you just made. You're pretty sure your brother would agree. Under different circumstances, you might be high-fiving over it right now. But rather than get inside and take her for a spin, you really just need to get up and use it to get up to that hatch. Yank cord. It's time to face your destiny. No going back. Oh, no. Poor Duvid. Poor Duve. Can you imagine going through this? Yeah, there's pretty much no way it wasn't going to be a bunch of puppets in there. We've already read this conversation. In this session, no less. It's the one where Rose made a puppet fucking, poem. Dave, read note on the latch. Bro, roof now, bring cow. We're doing it, man. We're making this happen. Bust out of the puppet pile like the one. Dave, be the other guy. You are now the other guy. John, take towels and sheets from bed and make a tent. This is so much fun. A huge waste of time, yes, but oh so much fun. Rose just fucking took our fort and left. Oh, carve a totem of the Punch Pogo card. Zzz. You put the punch card containing the Pogo right into the slot and carve a totem from the Cruxite dowels. Repeat the process with the other cards and dowels. You use the card containing the code for the hammer as well as the one random code you punch over the shaving cream for the hell of it. You carve the respective totems for the cards. Do the same thing with the Captcha-Log card. Pretty bare bones looking totem if you ask you. You stow the totems in your anatheum. The produce Captcha-Log card. The Alchemitor requires one unit of any type of grist to produce one card. You decide to use shale, since it seems to be less generally useful than build grist as of now, and you make a whole bunch of them. Whoa, did you just make all these? Yes. Sweet, thanks. What'd you do with all the blue wobbly vase-looking things? I brought the totems out to the Alchemitor to test them. I'm going to take some things into my own hands to save time. Okay. So each card with a unique code produced a different totem? Yes, and they allow them to produce whatever was punched onto the cards. You create a hammer at the expense of 2 units of build grist. You make a pogo ride too, +5 build, 1 shale. You use the totem card with the random code. You create a rocket pack with some random crap stuck inside of it. Looks like a cinder block, a violin, a flower pot. The items have rendered the device completely inoperable. Figure you might as well put this piece of junk to use. John, collect cards. Using a little strategy, first you grab Harry Anderson's Wise Guy by Mike Cavany, then the cards, then the rejected PDA, then the book again to flush the cards into your deck. Nice going. John, turn on detect collisions. You flip your fetch mode eye, but find no such option. This is idiotic. John, read book. Be the wise guy. You never really understood what Cavity's relation to Anderson was, or why he wrote this book about him. His ambivalent attitude towards your favorite magician in these anecdotes always struck you as a little weird, and to be honest, you tend not to read much of the text in the book. You mostly like to look at the diagrams for all the cool tricks. Oh yeah, that's right, the old ace in the hole trick. Interestingly enough, pertaining to punching holes in cards and making them disappear and stuff, your hands really were never strong enough to make this one work all that well either, but actually, that gives you an idea. You overlap two of the punched cards, they mask each other's hole patterns. Put both cards in the totem wave. You carve another totem using the combined hole pattern. Take it to the alchemister. Oh man, it looks like Rose made a million hammers for some reason. Get all this shit out of the way. You're about to make something sweet. Boom. You got the pogo hammer. Look at how excited he is. Practice with new weapon. Boing, 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 boing. The pogo hammer! What did you do? I combined the cards in the lathe thing and made this. It's so sweet. Look at me go. I see. That was a really good idea, John. Nice work. Thanks. I got the idea from Harry Anderson. Who? You know the show Night Court? No. Oh, well, the bottom line is he's awesome, and that's really all there is to say on the matter. One of my favorite parts of the whole series. Alchemy! Attack the nearest imp to test Pogo Hammer's strength. Boing, 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 boing. You get a vicious rhythmic bouncing combo going and easily slay the imp in one blow. You and the Pogo Ride are catapulted high in the sky. Sweet catch. That's disconcerting. That's also disconcerting. Hey, that was pretty nice. Sweet catch. Save. Oh, yeah, this is pretty comfy. Why don't you just, like, carry the bed around with me on it? Up to the gate up there. I can't interact with you directly or anything you are touching if it will result in moving you. See? Oh, lame. This game probably regards that as kind of cheating. In a way, thieving you of your free will as an adventurer, and the need to advance by your own skill and ingenuity. The server player is just a facilitator. Well, okay. All that scurrying around kind of wore me out. I think I'm going to rest here for a bit. Rose, can you keep the imps at bay? Like, drop some stuff on them if they sneak up too close? No. You should pick up your hammer and defend yourself. What? Come on! I have no idea what the hell Dave is up to, or if he's any closer to recovering the game. There's some stuff I'd like to try in case he doesn't come through. Oh, alright. I'm just gonna rest my eyes a second here, though. He's gonna rest his eyes for a second? That never works out how they say it should. John is eepy. Looks like... Check Alchemy Excursus. It looks kind of like an index documenting all the known results for a punch card alchemy combinations. He just like me, for real, for real? Yes. This could be a convenient resource as you start to stumble on more useful card combinations, but ever since John started punching cards, you've been contemplating other ways of this item manufacturing system could be put to use. In particular, if you attain the code for any item at your disposal, you could theoretically send the code to John and he could make it himself. That is, if you could think of anything that would be worth sending to him. Capture-Log server CD. You eject the disk and capture-log the server CD. Message John the capture code. Smack. Oh, god damn it. There is no capture code. The fire is very close. Oh no. John, wake up! Wake up, John! Hey! Whoa, there you are. How's your adventure going, John? It's okay, I'm making some progress. And Rose finally connected again, and she is helping me now. That's good! Oh, but like, I don't think I'm actually saving the world here. I don't know what I'm really accomplishing, but I guess it's not that. Hmm. Well, I think whatever it is, it must be pretty important. Don't lose hope, John. I think it'll all turn out for the best if you stay positive. Just keep listening to your grandmother's advice. Yeah, you're probably right, but I don't think I mentioned Nana to you, did I? Oh, I don't know, didn't you? I don't know. Maybe you talked to Rose or Dave about it, or something. Yeah, maybe that was it. They're really weird when they talk to me about you. Like, they're always trying to convince me you have some spooky powers. But I'm always like, no, she seems like a pretty regular girl to me. But then when I think back, maybe there are times when it seemed like you knew some things. Like, maybe you know more about a thing than you're telling me. I don't know. Oh, well, John, I want to explain a lot of things to you. Some things that I know, I'm just waiting. Waiting for what? Oh, John, I forgot I was messaging you about the meteor that fell near my house. Oh, yeah, whatever happened with that? Oh boy, well, it turns out I was confused about it. Really confused. See, I guess I fell asleep for a while and lost track of time. That happens. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. Maybe you should, like, wear an alarm clock or something. So what's the deal with the meteor? Well, it's hard to explain, but I know what it is now, and I know everything is going to be okay. So what is it? Is that just another thing you're waiting to tell me? Gosh, John, I really want to tell you all this stuff, but I can't yet. I really think you need to wake up first. Huh? Well, okay, not literally. And, well, okay, maybe kinda literally. Ah! Stop being so confusing! Hello. Anyway, time for you to go, John. I think you have some company. Heart? John, quickly grab Pogo Hammer. You stick the Pogo Hammer back in your Strife Specipus and get ready to kill some more of these pesky little... Huh? What's that? That's not good. Rose, why aren't you dropping something on that thing? Oh no. John, be the imp. You be the imp and quickly abscond the fuck out of here. This is what the weaker adversaries do whenever things get too hot to handle, which is frequently. John, prepare for boss battle. So you stop being the imp because that was stupid and scurry over to your magic chest that you certainly remembered was on the roof. There's some things in here that'd be good to stock up for on a major battle, but it looks like someone just plundered your chest. This is so outrageous. You are being ambushed! There isn't much room to maneuver on this sloping roof. Maybe you should consider making your way to higher ground. You go up there. You peek over the edge. It seems like a long way down to your yard. Not even to speak of whatever's below. Hey, weren't your trick handcuffs dangling from that branch earlier? Damn it, why did imps have to be making off with all your sweet gear? Turn around. You're confronted with a pair of enormous foes. This is it. You have no choice but to wage a fierce rooftop battle. This is totally going to happen now. There's no way to be conceivably interrupted by a suddenly shift of our attention. It's go time. It's time to do this thing. We're doing it, man. We're making this happen. Dave, stop being the other guy. You stop being the other guy. You're not even sure what that meant either. Anyway, Dave time. Yes, it is Dave time. Now, I am going to let this play out while I go get some water. Psych! Oh, wait. Double psych out combo. Who the fuck is this guy? Who the fuck is this guy? Anyway, you are now the Wayward Vagabond. Wayward Vagabond. Retrieve. Got him already. Wayward Vagabond. Examine rotten pumpkin. What pumpkin? Check the little red bar. It appears to be a gauge for a large power cell, perhaps fueled by some type of nuclear reaction. If this is the case, it is relatively low on fuel, but who knows how long it's been running here. You do not care about this sort of nonsense, and you will disregard it at once. You are very hungry. Capture log can of gravy. Capture log? You have no idea what that means. It is total nonsense, and you do not know what to make of it. You will not give in to the foolish notion. I'm dying. You will not give the foolish notion a second thought. Pick up the can of gravy. Just pick it up. You just pick it up. You are now holding the can of gravy. Use sharp teeth to poke a hole in the lid of the can. Your teeth are useless for the task. They are blunt, like that of livestock, presumably suitable for mashing up plant matter, and not for puncturing metal. Attempt to open can with your weak, pathetic digits. Your weak, pathetic digits are not strong enough to penetrate the can. Your fingers are certainly pointy enough, and your black carapace is suitably rigid, but you just don't have enough muscle for the task. Take the can labeled beans. Okay, you take that too. Examine can of custard. That clearly says mustard, a fact of which you were perfectly well aware. It is sort of cumbersome holding all these cans at once. You doubt you can hold many more than this, maybe one or two. You'll need to find something to put stuff in if you want to carry a lot of things around. Examine marking on wrist. You drop all the cans to look at your wrist. It's some sort of specialized barcode pattern. This brings back unpleasant memories you'd prefer not to dwell on. Examine small potted plant. Herb. Wet plant. Check book on human etiquette. It appears half the pages of this book have been eaten. The daunting volume was considerably lighter than it once was. You are somewhat skeptical about the nutritional value contained by these pages. However, of practical wisdom they contain can be of little doubt. You have learned so much. Clear out all the cans inside the purple machine. You empty the peculiar cabinet and take a quick inventory of your canned goods. You have beans, mustard, gravy, bread, shrimp, asparagus, cheese, rice, corn, peas, flour, chestnuts, mayo, ham, potatoes, and squash. Such bountiful plenty, and yet the delights taunt you from within their small metal prisons. Search room for can opener. I've already looked all over the place for a can opener, even making a few electronic inquiries about one to no avail. Nothing else inside the purple thing either. Locate nearby sharp object. You wield your trusty knife. It actually is you're not sure what they're called. It's an old rusted one of those red mailbox arm swing flappy doodads, either for letting you know there's mail in the box, or maybe for alerting the mailman to outgoing mail to be collected. You don't know, really. You've wrapped a little piece of cloth around it for a grip. It is useless for opening cans. Oh, wait, so it was this guy who was asking about the can opener. Haha, I thought so, but wasn't quite sure. Yes, now you're well aware. Wayward Vagabond, be the imp. This means nothing to you. You are not an imp. You have no idea what an imp is, and you will not entertain such frivolous and childish ideas ever again. You feel stupid and hate yourself a little for even considering it. Become the mayor of Cantown. As the glorious founder and mayor of Cantown, you erect a dignified and majestic city hall out of cans, fittingly capped off with a tome of good manners for the roof. You have given yourself a very official and important-looking mayoral sash made out of the old cables to complete your look of authority. A number of rather civic-minded citizen cans gather in front of the building to offer adulation to their fair and magnanimous leader. All is well. You immerse yourself in this beautiful dream as you whittle away the minutes, or perhaps hours. You love the idea of being a mayor. You love everything about mayors, the concept of an orderly civil democracy. It all seems so mannerly and reasonable to you. Everyone is friendly and happy, and the city runs like clockwork. The foundation of the government is based on mutual respect between the leader and its people. It's also built on having a really great mayor that everyone loves who is totally amazing and heroic and brave. Bro knows nothing about the real world. Let him have this. Look at the poor mayor. Mayors are so much better than kings. You hate kings. You think kings are really stupid. They are petty, bossy tyrants and are really full of themselves and are basically awful in every way. God, do you hate kings. Explore west of Cantown. Over here is the other side of the room. There's another one of those purple storage boxes and some useless objects scattered on the floor. Use glowing green rock to open cans. You pick up the nugget of uranium and... Oh, that was so stupid. Why would you do that? Burp. Examine box of crayons. It's chalk, numbnuts. This ain't true at all. Inside the box there are 12 pieces of chalk in every color of the... 10 pieces of chalk in most colors of the rainbow. You are excited by this. Try to open storage box. It's locked. There must be some sort of release mechanism for this thing. Examine contents of yellow container. The container is full of motor oil. It does not seem useful to you right now. Rescue that poor lightning bug. Just like Susie, for real, yes. There's nothing you can do for this new little friend. Attempting to crush the amber encasing the firefly would likely cause it harm. It nevertheless bravely flashes on. You find its light alluring and inspiring. To you, it seems as if it could easily serve as the light of democracy. Use the chalk to draw some roads. You sketch a handsome network of sprawling thoroughfares for your citizens to traverse. The adoring population applauds its mayor's keen instincts for city planning. You even add some lush vegetation to your city with a piece of blue chalk, because you can't seem to find a more suitable color for some reason. Lay a chalk foundation for Cantown's civic growth. You develop westward, settling those fertile plains and claiming them for your city. You section off a number of residential and commercial zones for civic growth, arranged the only logical pattern that occurs to you. You color the residential zones with your piece of white chalk, but for some reason none of the colors of the box strike you as suitable for the commercial zones. Perhaps there is an alternative. Use your own pee for the commercial zones. You cannot urinate because you have not had anything to drink in quite some time. You are very thirsty. It is also a really terrible idea you would not consider because you would not consider befouling your wonderful city in that way for even a moment. Use motor oil to designate commercial zones. You fill each empty square with a bit of motor oil to complete the zoning. It looks rather striking to you. You can hardly imagine that an up-and-coming young can trying to make it in the world would not be delighted to live in your fair district. You are very careful not to get any of the unpleasant fluid on your person. Peel label from can of mayo and affix to sash. He added the R with the red chalk. What a hero! Survey surroundings in search of more terrain for city. It seems you have run out of territory for western expansion, but there is still a lot of empty wall space. Perhaps your citizens would be happier with a colorful backdrop to make them feel at more at home. Using most of your imagination and the entire piece of sky blue chalk, you render a bright and cheery sky full of clouds. You've decided that very closely orbiting your city is a luminous planet, about which orbits a single moon. You switch to the other shade of blue and continue rendering on the western wall. Orbiting much further from your city are 4 planets. None of these have satellites, you decide. Yes, that makes sense, you think. And on the southern wall, beyond the impenetrable veil of darkness, occupying the furthest orbit yet, is an ominous planet. A moon circles this one, too. Check that rampaging bully on screen. Oh yeah, it's that guy. You'd almost forgotten about him and his confusing shenanigans. It seems like he has things well in hand at the moment. He does not appear to need your help, and you've already concluded that he cannot help you, at least for the time being. Turn on the other 3 screens. You have no idea how to turn these on. There's no mouse for this weird quadra-modern computer, and it can only be operated through text commands from its keyboard. Perhaps there's a special key or command that will allow you to switch to another monitor. Press Tab. Tab! Consume several cans. Breathe the heavenly brown elixir from the jewels of pink carapace and imbibe like the wind. It is so sweet and sugary. You wonder how so much sugar can fit in one can. Whatever mighty wizard concocted this potion is truly deserving of your fear and respect. What? Yeah. Welcome the rest into the city. The tabs are naturalized as loyal new citizens of Can Town. All cans are welcome and equal in your city, regardless of can content, and whether full or empty. It's not like emptying a can kills it or anything. They are just cans after all. Yeah, he found the tab. He pressed tab and found the tab. Wayward Vagabond hit escape. Feeling refreshed and heavily caffeinated, you go back to work on the big computer. You hit escape, which seems to minimize your action window thingy, and reveals a history of all the commands you've entered. You use the arrow key to scroll up a bit. You can't believe how much you've already typed into this stupid contraption. What a waste of time. You scroll all the way up to your first command. Looks like there's some commands above it. Maybe someone was entering commands on this thing before you? There aren't many more. On the top of this list appears to be the very first command. Home. Type switch to. You activate screen 2. The signal is garbled and you have no idea what you're looking at. Some sort of filthy beggar pleading for help? No one is around and nothing is happening. You seem to be locked out of any sort of interaction with whatever's happening in this monitor. Switch 3. It's another one of those rapscallions. This monitor is locked too. You can't tell them what to do. Not that you really want to, since it just looks like even more confusing nonsense to you. You consider switching to screen 4, but decide against it. You have a feeling that whatever's there would just confuse you even more, and you don't even really care all that much anyway. Type home. All 4 screens activate. Together they display a countdown starting at 4 hours and 13 minutes. Type reboot. You can't. Nothing is working anymore. The timer seems to have disabled the keyboard. Be the mayor. Enough of this nonsense. You are an important mayor, and all this absurd contraption has done is wasted and this contraption has wasted enough of your time. You've got a city to govern with a carapist fish, which is to say firm yet polished and supple as the situation demands. Fish! Yes. Fish? Someone give him a fish. Throws fish. Anyway, this will help you kill some time while you wait for that clock to count down. Create employment opportunities for the citizen cans. Nom 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 nom. You temporarily dismantle City Hall to free up all the can power available to create a vigilant town militia. You divide them into 2 groups, marking them with distinct teams and ranks using a piece of chalk and the motor oil. You then organize them in a phalanx across the countryside, preparing for a stiff training regiment. When you are through with them, your forces will be a well-oiled machine. Chalk up another one for bold leadership. Lead your men to victory. Look at him go. He sure did go, didn't he? More in the loss of Citizen Tab. Your caffeinated jittering must have agitated all the little bubbles curiously hidden in the liquid, creating too much pressure on the can. You speculate this is why it exploded as you nervously eye the timer. You're starting to wonder what will happen when it reaches zero. Maybe it would be best not to be near it when it happens. It's in the future, but perhaps not as few as implied by circumstance. A perigene medicament trundles precarious cargo beneath the gleam of the celestially ominous. There she goes. You say a bittersweet goodbye to your beloved city. It is time to move on to greener pastures, by which, of course, you mean the arid, sandy wasteland on which nothing green has grown in years. Clang. The door shuts behind you. A panel on the door becomes illuminated. As you ponder over the marks on the panel, you hear another mechanical sound overhead. Shing. The LCD panel appears to have touchscreen interface. Curiously prod the funny-looking spirograph. It appears to be It appears the funny-looking spirograph room is locked. The floor rotates a full 360 degrees beneath you, while the surrounding wall seems to stay put. Select the triangly fractal. The triangly fractal room does not appear to be locked. The floor turns 120 degrees and the door opens. You go through the door to find another room. It's the same size as the other one you just wasted all that time in, while a clock was ticking down to something which may or may not be your doom. Maybe there is something in here that'll help you escape. Against the wall is another perplexing contraption. Against the opposite wall is some sort of control panel which catches your eye. It has two large screens, but one appears to be active. Only one appears to be active. There are fields for numbers which appear to be modifiable with the dials to the right. Some numbers are already supplied by default, perhaps entered by the previous user. There are a few buttons down below, the largest one bearing the symbol marking this room. It also looks like there's a meter stick propped up there for some reason. Attach your trusty knife to the meter stick. I hope there's not a test at the end of this. Let's read, because I'm gonna fucking fail, man. Yeah. You immediately craft a measuring spear, through possibly the most advanced form of alchemy employed thus far. This is obviously the most important thing to do first. Obviously. Or it would be obviously the most important thing to do if you had remembered to bring your trusty knife. Oh, you feel so insecure without your trusty knife, it makes you want to slit your wrists, or at the very least, flog your carapace with some sort of measuring apparatus. Look at the other wall. You examine the perplexing contraption across the room. You, of course, have no idea what it could possibly do. You adopt the only obvious course of action, which is to poke and prod at it with your handy ruler. You are quite sure that this is what science is all about. Press the triangle pattern. Bloop. You go back to the control panel, which is probably obviously controls to that gizmo, and you push the big blue button, which is obviously, probably, the most obvious thing to push. You purify a pumpkin. I'll purify my cock in your mouth. Hey. Examine pumpkin. It seems this mysterious gourd was transported, purified, from a specific time and location somewhere on this planet you are on. You wonder if the machine, a purifier, will take any object that exists at any time and location you supply. There's a symbol carved onto the pumpkin. You don't know what it means, and you doubt it'll ever prove to be relevant in any way. Bet. Devour pumpkin. You would consider dying on the ripe flesh of this plump vegetable, but your curiosity about the purifier gets the better of you. You try to sneak a nibble of the pumpkin nonetheless. Inspect green buttons. You first examine the attractive green buttons. The icon on the one on the left is the house shape you've seen plenty of times before. The one on the right, upon closer inspection, appears to be a map for this underground facility, with the X at its with the X marking its center. You push the button and all the numbers change. Press these coordinates are for the location at the center of the facility along with the local date and time. If this is the case, it would make a useful reference point on your current bearings. Fiddle with the dials. One way to find out would be attempt to purify something from this facility. It should be easy to zero in on location relative to the center because you have an uncanny knack for tracking precise distances you have already traversed, at whatever units you choose. Your handy ruler gives you a good clue as to basic unit of gives you a good clue as to basic units of human measurement. You will go with that. Purify your trusty knife. You nudge the coordinates very slightly and bump up the elevation by 0.5 human measurement units. You make sure to keep the time approximately what it was to begin with, and you purify your trusty knife. Purify Cantown. You nudge the numbers a bit more to purify a bunch of cans. This is much more efficient than walking back to the other room to get them. You are to believe that time is at a premium, after all. Purify the pumpkin. Does this machine look like a purifier? Honestly, the idea that a purifier can apparently both purify and purify things is so laughably ridiculous, you would wish someone would purify your brain and purify it with a brain that is more smart and less dumb. Use knife to carve spook schema into the pumpkin. What the hell are you talking about? This makes no sense at all. It's basically meaningless. Try using that mushy stuff in your gourd next time. Instead, you just carve off the top, exposing a decent cache of gorgeous, seed-laden ambrosia. Needless to say, you consume all of it rather quickly, but it turns out to be too gross for us to watch. Move spirograph switch. You cannot move it. It has a spirograph-shaped indentation and possibly will require a special kind of key to turn it. Hungry fellow, yes. Purify Firefly out of the amber. Yay, he did it! Woo! You release your blinking new friend. You will give her a name when something suitably whimsical occurs to you. Adjust time dial to purify rotten pumpkin. Hue and Serenity consider new ways to waste more time with your purifier. You are assuming she is a girl firefly, even though you are not really sure that fireflies can even be girls. You target the extremely tasty rotten pumpkin that was sitting in the other room hours ago. Paradoxify. It seems the purifier cannot purify something that will create a time paradox. A gelatinous ghost pumpkin purifies and quickly dissolves into a pile of unappetizing sludge. A purify grate over the entrance to the facility. Serenity blinks a message of urgency. You nearly forgot that while trapped in the amber, she was witness to all of your tomfoolery and dilly-dallying in the other room, and knows that the timer is about to expire. It's time to get the show on the road and escape. You reset the coordinates with the right green button again, and this time only adjust the elevation by approximately 10 human measurement units. He got the bars! Hasten to the exit post-haste. Is this really necessary? This is incredibly silly! Psych? He fell. Oh wait. Unpsych. You attempt the rare and highly dangerous 5 times cliffhanger combo and fail. We are doing it, man. We are making it happen. Wayward Vagabond, ascend. He's so cute, though, isn't he? He's so scrunkly. Okay. He's the one that took John's trick handcuffs. John's dad is sick. Any questions, class? Jesus, that was a lot of info all at once. I have a few. Go on. Or do you want to see if the comic answers them for you? Oh. What the fuck just happened? Well, the countdown that Wayward Vagabond activated was actually to get the building that he was in moving, because it was actually a ship the entire time. And then we were seeing tidbits of what was supposed to be happening next in the story, and also a few things that'll be important later. Like the Frog Temple. The can ship. End of Act 2. We finished Act 2, ladies and gentlemen. So if I'm understanding, Wayward Vagabond had a ship thingy. John's dad is awesome. Dave's brother is awesome. There was a flashback to the past for a brief moment to show how that fucking temple spawned in. Yes. And there was a pterodactyl in that flashback to show you how long it's been there. Because as we all know, and that ship has a teleporter thing. The Purifier, yes. Try to keep up with the nomenclature. Based on coordinate. How cool would that actually be, though? Like, in a game to fuck around with? Imagine a PvP game where you could just purify another player out of their ship or some shit. Dear John. I'd spawn myself into your home and suck your dick and then leave or something. I don't know. I would use it for nefarious purposes. You two are on a wavelength that is similar. You are no doubt reading this as a handsome and strapping young man. Why, the man grit needed to lift the book itself is a sign of your maturity, not to even speak of the wisdom needed to grasp the nuance of Sassacre's time-tested mischief. I'm so proud of you, grandson. How I wish I could have delivered this heirloom to you in the flesh, but I'm afraid it wasn't in the cards. For you see, John, like you, this book must yet take a journey. Its journey will end on the final day of my life, and even then will continue some. Though I suppose that will be up to your father. Perhaps he will discuss it with you one day when he and you are ready. BRB, gonna throw on the kettle. Okay. I will wait. Let me know when you're back. Home. Mm. Cantown is a mobile town. But that's how you know that the mayor, the Wayward Vagabond's a good mayor. He tried to save his entire town. I mean, yeah. Mm. Mm. Popcorn. This is another song from Homestuck, and it just makes me think of fucking, like, a Kingdom Hearts fight every time I hear it. Indeed. I mean, the imps are analogous to the basic Shadow Heartlesses. Except wearing clown clothes. So, Drew, I know you're there. How long has it been since you've reread Homestuck? From the beginning. Actually, he probably got caught up in the ab. Drew! How long has it been since you reread Homestuck? A few years. Must be a nice trip down memory lane. Well, I'm glad for that. I need to stop stuffing my face with popcorn. Like now. I can go for some popcorn? Mmm. Yeah. At some point, walking back, Diamond Gold, the seventh, fucking imploded and died. that just makes me imagine, like, the noise of a can crumpling. Like, meow, 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 meow. Ugh! Alright, now back to the letter. We would just finish the first paragraph. Yeah, Lamau. How I wish I could have delivered this heirloom to you in the flesh, but I'm afraid that wasn't in the cards. Oh yeah, I need to turn the music back down to 5. There we go. For you see, John, like you, this book must yet take a journey. Its journey will come to an end on the final day of my life, and even then will probably continue some. Though I suppose that will be up to your father. Perhaps he will discuss it with you one day when he and you are ready. But it is your journey I'm writing about, to wish you luck. There will come a day where you will be thrust into another world, and once you arrive, that is only the beginning. You will soon delve even deeper into a realm of warring royalty, in a timeless expanse, a realm of agents and exiles and consorts and colonel sprites, of toiling underlings and slumbering denizens. A realm where four will gather, the air of breath and seer of light, the night of time and witch of space, and together they will ascend. John, if only you knew how important you were. I regret my passing came so early in your life, and yet I feel in my heart we have already met. But what I know for sure is that we will meet again. Until then, I do hope your father keeps you well fed. Nana. P.S. Hoo hoo hoo. Act 3. A silly girl naps by her flowers. It is quite likely that she tired herself out with a variety of silly little antics, as silly girls are often known to do. She may have a silly name too, or maybe not. It's hard to say for sure without asking her. But since she's slumbering peacefully, it would be a shame to wake her up. You might as well give her a name now. Farmstink Buttlass. I guess her name is Farmstink. Wake up! You try to roust Farmstink from her slumber, but she is really down for the count. It looks like she is holding some sort of note. Retrieve arms from. They're right there, in plain sight. Look, they are flashing red. Drop pumpkin on Farmstink. What pumpkin? You see no pumpkin, and in fact, it is frankly hard to imagine there was ever a pumpkin in plain sight or otherwise. Anyway, it would be a really terrible thing to do to the poor sweet Farmstink. Read note. Farmstink, that is incredibly silly and a little bit rude. My name is, turn note, try again, Jade Harley. Examine room. Your name is Jade. You have woken from a restful nap. Jarly! Best girl is here. From a restful nap, and as usual, you have no recollection of having fallen asleep. You have quite the number of interests, so many in fact you have trouble keeping track of them all, even with an assortment of colorful reminders on your fingers to help sort out everything in your mind. Nevertheless, when you spend time in your garden atrium, the only thing on your mind is your deep passion for horticulture. What will you do? Play a silly flute refrain. Oh. That's awful. The Z key makes her go back to sleep. Oh god, it's like I'm back in marching band. I'm gonna type the word marching band. There we go. How'd you like that? Fire sword, Ryan. That's your username in Flute. I hope you're happy. Diamond's turn. Ears are bleeding. How nostalgic. I just did. I'm gonna do it again. It's awful. Not mine. Kettle boiled, BRB. It sounded like... It's awful. I hate it. You had to put up with this for reals, Ryan? So is there a Homestuck mod for Opera GX or... Oh, you're referring to all of this? No. This is the unofficial Homestuck collection, and it comes with an inbuilt customized version of Chrome that natively runs Flash and also has all of this stuff pre-built into it. Well, you have to put it in yourself, but there's a pack for it. Because a lot of the original Flash animations are lost. Not meaning someone spent the time to make it so... No, this is a Flash animation. And as you can see from the controls in the top right corner of the picture, I'll get closer. Play. It's just all the keyboard buttons. Shut up, Jade. I'm just gonna put her to sleep. That way she's not that fucking annoying anymore. What? Whoa. Okay, let me rephrase. I know this is Flash animation. I'm wondering if for Opera GX someone has made a mod for Homestuck stuff. I wouldn't be that surprised. In fact, I'm now going to Google it. No, apparently it hasn't been done yet. Color be surprised. Cause I'm blue, da ba dee ba ba da ba dee da ba ooh. It is rather surprising. Indeed. The fandom's mostly dead though. Like it died before Opera GX really got really into it. A lot of the fan base moved on to stuff like Steven Universe and Gravity Falls and Has Been Hotel / Hell of a Boss. I could be wrong about that. That's just me making an assumption. Drew would know more than I would. Pretty sure Fallen London is too niche to have gotten a mod, unless the developers themselves made one. Man, I wish I was sponsored by Opera GX. I'd make a possum mod. Ask the possum his favorite alcoholic drink, and you know what I will say? When when you hit the panic button, you get Yeegan attacked. That's perfect. I gotta do that whenever I get a sponsorship. For it is a matter of when. It is not a matter of if, just a matter of time. I'm about to finish off this popcorn. I can't let it tempt me anymore. Yes. My favorite alcohol is possum. Possum. Spelled like that. It's a raisin rind. It's really sweet. It tastes like raisins. And who doesn't like raisins, am I right? So don't touch the party possum's possum. Herm. Touch. How fuck dare you? Okay. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Huh. Wonder what he's doing with that kettle. Is he having sex with the kettle? Is he having kettle sex? Kettle sex! Ow! Why? What did I do? How dare you? Oh. I'm gonna get another bottle of water because I finished mine. Nah. You throw a pan at me again and you're possum breeding stock, you hear me? Nah. Okay. That doesn't appear to be working properly. so I'm not going to use it. I was literally just like, I'm going to play RuneScape while we wait for him to come back. Ah. Oh, he's back. Ah. Oh. Well, I did say if I got panned again, it'd be whoever did it would be Possum Breeding Stock. Get him into the stockades. Wow, you really suck at this thing. Maybe you should try playing an instrument you actually know how to play instead, like the one in your bedroom. Honestly, you have no idea where this flute even came from. Things seem to appear and disappear around here all the time, especially, to your unending chagrin, any sort of large orange gourd that may be lying around. Consider throwing the flute down in disgust. Breeding stock? Yes, what? Oh, that's what was said. Maybe I should have thrown a plant. Pokemon breeding farm. On second thought, it was a perfectly nice flute, and there's no reason to take your frustration out on it. You just need some practice. But before you capture out the flute, you will need to set your fetch modus first. Set modus. Roll over with the mouse. Memory. Operation. Guess who? Ouija. Battleship. Jenga. Connect 4. Clue. Yahtzee. Monopoly. Pictionary. And Boggle. You have a wide variety of fetch modi to choose from. You were really excited when your grandpa bought you this Moa set for Christmas. He is a total badass, even if a little strict. You typically opt for the memory modus when it comes to matters of day-to-day practicality. Set memory. You set your modus to memory and capture log the flute. You allot 9 cards to your modus from your deck, since that will be more than enough for your needs at the moment. The modus grabs 9 more cards from the matching purposes. The flute is split up on 2 blink cards and mixed randomly into the grid. To retrieve the item, you must first pick 1 card, then pick its matching card. For this typical Zilla-Dexter, this modus presents a frustrating guessing game and a lot of wasted time on mismatching. But you like it because you seem to have a knack for always guessing right on the first try. Jade, squeal like a piglet and fertilize some plants. This is an awfully silly idea and basically a waste of everyone's time. You will predictably disregard this thought and focus more on a more sensible outcome at once. Oh god, this is so much fun. There she goes, squealing like a pig and using fertilizer on her plants. You capture log the bag of fertilizer. Consult colorful reminders. You tend to have a lot of things on your mind at once, so you can be a little forgetful, so you keep a variety of colored strings on your fingers as reminders. Each one means there is something different to remember at a certain time. In fact, looking at your index finger reminds you that there is something important to remember now. It is your friend John's birthday! The green string reminds you that John's birthday package will arrive today. The blue string also reminds you that John's birthday package will arrive today, though in a different way, and it means something slightly different. You are further reminded that you have some things to do outside your house soon, but you should stop by your room first for some supplies, and more importantly, to see if John is online and wish him a happy birthday. Jade, capture log the pumpkin growing next to you. You snap up that pumpkin, which seems suitably ripe for the taking. Hopefully the safety of your Sylladex will prevent it from being spirited away like so many of its ephemeral predecessors. Exit this room. You make your way to the middle of the garden atrium, where a stairwell joins the 4 atrium wings. Upstairs is your grandfather's laboratory, as well as your bedroom. Capture log something. Your memory modus is hardly any fun without much stuff in it, so you decide to stock up on fresh produce to fill some more cards. You pick a juicy red crab apple, a nice looking key lime, a delicious mandarin orange, those are your favorites, and finally a ripe yellow eureka lemon. Modus fun aside, you feel it is impossible to have too many fresh fruits and vegetables on hand. Go upstairs to bedroom. You almost never use the stairs. Zoop. Zop. You transportalize upstairs. Just above is your room. You enter your bedroom. On this side of the room, you are immediately confronted with numerous artifacts highlighting your various interests. You are an avid follower of cartoon shows of considerable nostalgic appeal. You have a profound zeal for marvelous and fantastical fauna of anthropomorphological persuasion. You have an uncanny knack for nuclear physics, and not infrequently can be found dabbling in rather advanced gadgetry. You enjoy the sporadic fits of narcolepsy. Your love of gardening transcends the glass confines of your atrium, and you are at times prone to patterns of precognitive prognostication. You consider very briefly the question, what will you do? But you quickly realize this is only one half of your room, and therefore host only half of your interests to choose from. Jade, explore the other half of your room. Over here, there are yet more articles of your aforementioned interests. Additional telltale signs of your enthusiasm for nostalgic television mingle with your assortment of game-hunting firearms. You are a skilled markswoman, though your crosshairs would never settle on an innocent creature, anthropomorphologically persuaded or otherwise. Your turntable is littered with equipment to facilitate your tinkering. For you, experimentation is not a particularly exact science, and you lean heavily on sharp intuition for consistently and eerily optimal results. Nevertheless, you still have not been able to get that broad, flat gizmo there to work, which is a design you have borrowed from one of your grandpa's more mysterious inventions. You are a great admirer of his, and you are not alone. Your grandfather is a world-renowned explorer, naturalist, treasure hunter, archaeologist, scientist, adventurer, big game hunter, billionaire extraordinaire, and he has taught you everything you know. In spite of all of his lessons, it is still difficult to escape his stern lectures when you are out on the way out of your house to run your errands. He spends most of his time in the grand foyer, stewing in his own intensity and charisma. And today will likely be no exception. Among the errands you have planned is to venture out and find your pet and best friend named Becquerel. Becquerel. Beck. This animal must be fed and will not be happy if he is not. If he is not happy, then you will not be happy. But first, you should really dig out your computer and say hi to John. Now, what will you do? Quickly retrieve firearms from wall. Rifle kind. You equip your trusty hunting rifle. It would be hell to pay if your granddad caught you leaving the house without it. Wonder why the design on your shirt changed. There isn't much to wonder, really. You left your wardrobifier on its randomization setting. Jade's packing. Yes, she is. You may contemplate what shirt design you favor most and commit that setting in the near future. Capture log near a Squiddles doll and hug it. Just before you can grab one, the powerful electromagnets concealed in their underbellies become activated, and two of them get all tangled up with each other playfully. Tangle Buddies! You capture log the Tangle Buddies. Lose interest in fauna and never speak of it again. Oh, but you could never do that! What marvelous creatures they are! What a daring dream to combine the finest qualities of humanity with the elegance and nobility of the animal kingdom! How you wish you could know their world, to hear one night those muted paw pads traipse up your stairs, a low but friendly growl unsettles your slumber, and as the soper seeps from your eyes, they detect a sharp pair of ears cutting the moonlight. A mysterious woven tongue invites. Wouldn't those ears suit you? Would not this proud long snout assist you in the hunt? She's a furry! OMG, just like me, for real, for real. Squiddles. No need to answer. Words slough through the busy mind like a useless dead membrane as a more visceral sapience takes over. Something simpler is in charge now. A force untouched by the concerns and burdens of the upright. That farcical yoke, the bipedal toe. It now drives you through the midnight brush, your paws whisking through creepers, unearthing with each bold stomp bright odors demanding investigation. But not for long, as you and your new friend must claim the night with piercing howls moonward. You eat a weird bug and don't even care! Flops at the cat. Pick up your toys. Speaking of which, you pick up and admire one of your manthro chaps. They are wonderful friends and always cheerful and pleasant fellows. Why, Mr. Coxcomb, how ever will you be received at the barnyard gala without the trappings of a proper gentleman? Each manthro chap comes with a number of accessories, including articles of formal attire, a vaccination kit, and a dishwasher-safe slop trough. I do not like the manthro chap. You gather all your dolls into a rather cozy-looking pile. Change wardrobifier setting. You deactivate the wardrobifier's randomization mode and set it to cycle through these 3 shirt designs. The decision was tough, but you think you came to the best possible conclusion. Pick Jade's shirt. Look out the window. It is another beautiful day in your neighborhood. It is peaceful and quiet as usual. A rather imposing volcano looms over your home, which has been inactive for centuries. Though dormant on the surface, the volcanic activity deep underground provides your house with a source of geothermal power. You're not sure why your grandfather decided to draw from this source of energy when he had the unlimited power of the atom at his disposal, but it has been this way for as long as you can remember. You've chalked it up to your family's long-standing propensity for eclectic fursuits. Wait, no, you mean pursuits? Not fursuits, no. Wait, you mean pursuits. Yes. Not this word, this word. She's not a furry. Remove fursuit from magic chest. What is this nonsense about fursuits? You do not own a fursuit. You think anthropomorphic fauna are really cute and enchanting and all, but it has never occurred to you to dress as one. Sure, it is fun to imagine what it'd be like to run wild with a pack of wolves or purr and frolic with a litter of kittens, but dressing up as an animal just seems ridiculous. It would still be just a silly girl draped in raggedy synthetic tufty pieces of crap. And seriously, who are you trying to kid with that sort of baloney? Anyway, it's not a magic chest, it's your gadget chest, which you have adapted for storing a number of useful gizmos. It was once your oracle's trunk, a gift from your grandfather, of course, and still contains many fortune-telling knickknacks, all of which are completely bogus. Squints at the poster above chest. Yeah, she's not a furry, guys. She's absolutely not a furry. She's not. Nope. Nuh-uh. No way. Open chest. Among the fortune-telling knickknacks there are these items: a crystal ball, plus a compulsory velvet pillow, a tarot deck, a magic 8-ball, a magic cue ball, and one of your favorite books of all time, Problem Sooth. Among the useful gizmos are, of course, your computer, which you keep inside a fun lunchbox for easy transport, and a couple of gizmos you keep handy so you don't always have to make the long trip to and from the kitchen. There is a cookalizer for preparing delicious meals, and a refrigerator, a name of which clearly is a wacky variation of the much more common household item, the refrigerifier factor. I acquire the tarot deck. Examine Magic 8-Ball and Magic Cue Ball. These things are stupid and useless. When the Magic 8-Ball isn't being frustratingly ambiguous, its forecasts are always wrong. You've tested it numerous times with certain facts you know to be true, and this is the reply if you ask what your friend's if it is your John's This is the reply when you ask it if it is your friend John's birthday today. See? Stupid. You guess maybe it could be used as a reverse prediction device, and you can always trust the opposite of what it says, but that seems done to you. Anyway, the thing gives you a bad vibe. You might consider smashing it, but but you're a little superstitious about whatever ominous consequences that might have, even if the occult talisman in question is a cheap piece of garbage. The magic cue ball, on the other hand, is said to make predictions with alarming precision and specificity. Unfortunately, it lacks a portal on its surface that allows you to view the prediction. You put both of these pieces of junk back in the box. Catch-a-log refrigerator. You take the refrigerator. You might as well grab the cookalizer too. No portable kitchen is complete without it. You take your lunch top too, because obviously you're going to be using that pretty soon. Whoop, there goes the flute, but who cares? Jade, feed your friend. Before you go feed Beck, you will need to prepare a meal for him. You clear some space on your work table and then set up your refrigerator and cookalizer. Just for fun, Jade's allow you to take a stab at matching the cards to the gizmo. It doesn't present much of a challenge for her, so she figures she might as well step aside while providing a few generous hints. No, no, warmer, warmer, cooler, cold, warmer, yes, no, cold, ice cold, warmer, warmer. You have selected the key lime. Way to go. Hot, wait. No, cold, really cold. Fucking frozen fucking tundra. Take another crack at this. Congratulations, you advance your matching skill to a new level. Yukon Hero, Legacy of the Frostbite Amputee. Jay is beginning to regret breaking the fourth wall for this ill-advised escapade. Okay, one more time. If it were known in advance how terrible you were going to be at this matching game, the author may have given second thought to preparing this cool interactive Flash application. Look at all these fruits on the loose. Good luck trying to settle them down. You just deploy the gadgets yourself. Jade, stick fruits in the refrigerator to keep them fresh. These fruits are unlikely to become less impudent anytime soon, regardless of where they are stored, but you stick them in anyway. You take a look at the refrigerator's rotary interface. You wonder what he's in the mood for today. Press the steak button. Oh, well, it is a rotary dial, so there's no button to press, but whatever, that doesn't really matter. You dial up a thick T-bone steak, which you are sure Beckriel is in the mood for because he is in the mood for steak every day and is never in the mood for anything else. But he does like his steak well cooked. Lightly irradiate steak. He does prefer his steak rare, after all, but you will not dignify the thought of turning the knob much further because you are not retarded. Why are you saying uh-oh? Are you saying uh-oh because he said oh fuck? Ian Flynn tweeted his favorite hashtag, knowing smile, on the trailer. He's writing Shadow's story. Nice. Irradiate steak and save it for your trip outside. You probably shouldn't waste much more time. You wouldn't want all these nice depleted steak isotopes to settle down. Store the atomic base by your bed. You wouldn't exactly call it an atomic base, but it is heavily customized to accommodate a high level of musical virtuosity, and the perfect instrument for the eclectically spirited. You've tuned the strings way down, of course, because your stumpy arms can't reach the low notes. You switch your eclectic bass to its advanced setting, but promptly switch it back since obviously it's too complicated to play in person like this. The default jamming setting is your preferred for casual jamming. Since you can't possibly waste enough time playing music, casually jam is exactly what you're about to do. Squints at the other poster. She's on the Frog Island. I saw that pumpkin getting purified by the wayward vagabond. Yes, you did. That's exactly what you saw. You take the portable amp from the wall socket, too. You open lunchtop. You make yourself comfy in the plushy pile before getting down to business with your computer. That's a computer? She's got a VR setup. Activate Pester Chum. Hey, look, John is online. Hooray. It also looks like Dave pestered you about something yesterday, but you missed it. I am afraid. Chum roll. Ectobiologist, tentacle therapist, and turn tech godhead. Troll slum. Carcinogeneticist. Arachnid's grip. Twin Armageddons. Terminally capricious. Caligula's aquarium. Caligula's aquarium, my bad. Pester John. You greet John, but he does not respond. He is undoubtedly gallivanting around his house in a state of barely restrained birthday mirth. He may also be retrieving the 2 packages from the 2 envelopes, which you are certain came in the mail for him earlier. You will wait a little while and see if he returns before you head out. See if Dave left you a sweet new wrap. It does not appear so, but you just never know with that crazy and cool guy. So cool. Oh, hey, you're asleep again, aren't you? Or do you even know if you are? I still don't know how that works. It's like nothing means anything. It's so cool getting hella chumped by your coquettish damn riddles all the time. I don't know why I believe anything you say, like I'm the Grand Marshal of gross chumpage, waving around my faggoty chump ductor baton. Assistant Director to Chumpography. Celebrated Ernest Chumping Way. Wait, Chumple Stillskin. Chumple Dipshit? Yeah. Are you asleep? Yes, no. ASL. S equals species. Baboon? Kangaroo rat? If kangaroo rat gif twice, please. Okay, well, you're not saying anything, so I guess whether you're non-awake or unasleep or whatever, you're just not around, and I'm wasting good material. Even worse, I'm wasting a killer persona here. Like, I don't know, like a wide open V-shaped leotard and then a fuck ton of body paint. Like some sinewy back arching Cirque du Soleil looking motherfucker. Always low to the ground, getting a good prowl on. Like I dropped my keys in the dark, nimblest son of a bitch who had the gumption to glue a nasty pair of latex cat lips to his face. For a reason that wasn't a joke. Jade, hey, where are you? Seriously, I'm sitting here tonight with a fucking bag of kibble jacked open on my lap and primed for a goddamn bear. And you're gone. By the way, my name is Aquet Permusk, the hardest buttock in the jungle, tempered steel. Hey, yeah, just wanted to give you this remix I finished here. Explore remix. So yeah, you don't have to respond to any of that, by the way. I'll probably forget half the shit I said anyway. Talk to you tomorrow. Open fresh jams. Ooh, fresh jams. He literally did remixes of songs that have already been in here. You open the Fresh Jams media player and add Dave's remix to the playlist. Cool. Jade, open Echidna and go to mspaintadventures.com. GT, boggle vacantly at these shenanigans. It begins to dawn on you that everything you just did may have been a colossal waste of time in intermission. Open your browser and visit MSPA. Wait, I think right. Oh, Ryan is AFK. Bruh, I'm dumb. I will go back to the music playlist and just... Ah... Moths are asleep, post kitty cats. Me. This daft motherfucker. I'm rewatching the trailer slowly, and you know that bit where Shao kicks something that looks like a short, fat missile in an area with teal overtone? Yeah. That's no missile, that's an ejection pod, and it's the same teal overtone used in the flashbacks in Sonic Adventure 2. Oh, shit. That fucker kicked his own ejection pod. He's trying to change his own timeline. Dang. Nom, 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 nom. I want my playlist to look like this. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Bah. Okay, open echidna. I will wait for Ryan here. I need to drink some Passum. And smoke my cigar. I have a big fat Cuban cigar. I have never lit it, though. Kind of want to. I'm gonna check Twitter. Pick's taking too damn long. I mean, he didn't really tell us to wait for him, but at the same time, I feel like if we don't, he'll be very lost. Very, very lost. Hoggers. I'll just catch him up. You open your web browser and visit MSPA. You navigate to a random page in the middle of the latest epic. It looks like he was just finishing up some sort of weird tangential intermission here. Whatever it was, it clearly advanced the plot in no relevant way whatsoever. End intermission. Oh damn it, now I actually can't fucking move on without him. Unless I do, which I am. For the sake of the pace of the stream. Diamonds Drew. Clubs Deuce. Hearts Boxcars. Spades Slick. The Felt. The Midnight Crew. You killed a little time, but still no sign of John. Jade, pester Dave. Hi, Dave. Hey, sup? Not much. What's up with you, bro? Well, actually, we read this conversation. Oh, no. We are getting more plot suddenly. He's picked the worst time to leave, really, didn't he? Diamond, are you still here? Yeah, okay. Whoosh. Time for the epic fight scene to finally happen. Round 1. Strike. Dave got his ass kicked by a doll. Because of course he did. What else was going to happen? Rose is online. Pester Rose. I require a font of frighteningly accurate yet infuriatingly non-specific information. Do you know where I can find a wellspring of this sort? Haha, yes, okay, but we can't talk for long. You have plans? Well, yes, I do, but it's just that you'll lose your internet connection soon. We won't talk again for a pretty long time. Not until you enter. Enter? Yeah, this is what I was talking about. This was the itch that needed scratching. My avarice for the inscrutable is limitless. Lol, what did you want to know? You've been insisting today was the big day. We would all play a game you didn't know the name of. A game you said I'd get in the mail, and did. One that would help me answer some questions. But Strider is being obtuse, and I can't catch John at his computer. You don't even have the game yourself, and on top of all that, my internet is unstable. So are you sure today is the day? There, there sure are a lot of challenges, but yes, I am sure. Dave is cool. You know he'll come around when the time is right. He has a lot of work to do first, and so do you. You'll need to keep searching for a stable signal and power source. It'll be hard, but don't give up. And don't worry about me either. Focus on playing with John first. It all starts with you two. Is there nothing else you can say to prepare me for this? I'm sure you think little of blithely upsetting dark forces with Grandpa Moreau over there on Hell Murder Island, but honestly, I've only read a few books on it. How dark? Haha, dark? That's ridiculous. I don't really know what to tell you other than it's not going to be what you think it is. And most importantly, you will have your questions answered, but they'll be the ones you haven't thought to ask yet. Just be patient and be brave, and you'll see. It'll be fun. Uh-oh, looks like you've got to go. Take care, Rose. And then she loses her internet. Jade, be the other girl. You are now the other girl several hours in the future. It appears a secret package in the mausoleum has been opened. It's getting awfully toasty in here. You gather up your belongings, including your dead cat. Rose, descend. Jade, stop being the other girl and pester John again. You spent enough time for now concerning yourself with the future of your friends. John will not be available until later. By then he will have his hands full, as will you. You pack up your lunch top and get ready to take care of some business downstairs. Descend. Strike! Look at our boy go! He's getting some real boing on. Sassacred. Oh, he's getting his shit pushed in. Oh my god. He gets cookied up though. And right back to it. Oh, it looped. Well, watching it one more time can't hurt. I was taking a shower. Did you want us to wait for you? I can go back a few pages and catch you up. But as you can see, John is getting, fubbernucked. Shrug. Well, essentially all that happened is that Jade's been checking up on everyone, and this is what she's seeing for John. Try as you might, you can't stop your mind from drifting to the fate of your friends. You dwell on particular configuration of reminders on your finger. Also in the future. But years, not hours. Under bare white branches, a sentry awakens. Worm. Nom, nom. Oh no, she's packing. Punch card calculator. Wait, I can actually put it in an image here? Hold the fucking phone. I'm going to my Twitter. Image URL. Paste. Output URL. Paste. Okay, it doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work anymore. How sad. How fucking sad. I wanted my mug on a capture card. Put a pix. Oh, I wish I could. I wish I had. I wish I could. SN. You enter the laboratory. Rose, look for mad scientists. There are no scientists to be found, mad or otherwise. Or anyone for that matter. The lab appears to be deserted. There is a kiosk, though. It looks like the kiosk monitors the lab's enormous hub grid. Transportalize down as far as you can go, Jade. This is as far down as you can go. The grand foyer is still a few floors down, but the transportalizer on that level is blocked by one of Grandpa's impressive big game trophies. And you just don't think he would cotton to someone moving it. Speaking of which, there are some of his trophies now. He has a million of these ghastly things. You really dislike them. Jade, proceed. You hop down a level. This feels like an RPG Pro Tech putting back on all their... I feel like a RPG Pro Tech putting back on all their accessories. You should. Granddad also likes to accumulate valiant knights from his travels. These are pretty cool, you guess. Keep going. Oh yeah, how could you forget about his stash of decrepit mummies? God, you hate these things. Don't stop. This is your grandfather's collection of what he refers to as his beauties. No lovely lady will be fit for his collection unless her portrait has spent at least 20 years bleaching in the front window of a beauty parlor. A sort of established he's plundered no less frequently than ancient tombs. Is her grandpa British? Yes. You guessed they were sort of like your sisters while growing up, and you always were encouraged to look up to them. They're all awfully pretty ladies, you suppose, but it was always hard to get as excited about them as Grandpa. Jade, study hard and keep your rifle at the ready. When adventure summons, I know you will rise to the task and take your rightful place among the daughters of Eclectica. The old coot sure is a bag of wind. Complete your descent. You reach the ground level. This is the stupid thing blocking the transportalizer. It is unspeakably hideous. Down the southwest hall is the grand foyer. You'll have to cross through it to leave the home. Looks like someone is pestering you. Even though you logged off? Snake friend. Jade, answer. Hi again, idiots! Oh no. So I guess today is finally the day you fuck everything up! Is there nothing I can do to change your mind? You can leave me alone. How can you even be talking to me after I blocked you? And after I locked out? You don't get that I'm better and smarter than you in every way, forever. You don't get that because you're incredibly stupid. I get that you're a jerk and should shut up. Goodbye, you jerk. One of the literal trolls, I presume. Maybe. Look at the kiosk. Rose. It looks like a mapping of each hub's index. It appears one of the hubs was recently unlocked. Go to the center and do a goofy dance. At the center, you find a little stage that looks perfect for supporting a spectacularly silly dance. Or it would if standing on it didn't make you a little nervous. And also if it didn't sound like a retarded idea given the circumstances. It looks sort of like the various contraptions you've been deploying in John's house. You wonder what it does. Rose, attempt to plug laptop into nearby hub. VoIP! Great, you just vaporized your dead cat. Oh well, ashes to ashes, you guess. There's gotta be a better way to deal with this lousy tree. Examine fetch modus. Looks like you can choose between picking leaves or awkwardly uprooting the whole tree, as you've been doing. You select leaf and also turn off auto balance, since its consequences can be a little mystifying at times. You gather up all your items again in order that places your laptop in a conveniently accessible leaf. You're not sure why you didn't do this a lot sooner. Kind of funny looking tree now, but your concern for structural elegance is at an all-time low. Ashes to ashes, dust to fuck. You shouldn't have hit me with that goddamn truck. I love that. Find the unlocked hub. As long as you're going to plug in your computer, you might as well find that hub. Here it is, Hub SM Lab 0413. It is unlocked and thus removable from the grid. You suspect this was the same beacon transmitting the unsecured signal you were using earlier. You pick your laptop leaf from the tree. You plug in your laptop into the hub, and then capture log the hub, and then your laptop. There must be a better place around here to set up your computer. This huge grid of electronics is sort of uninviting. You look around. Hey, what is that? It's another one of those ominous countdowns. You didn't notice it when you first entered the lab about a minute ago. It looks like this one has been ticking for many, many years. Whatever it's ticking down to, there isn't much time. You can only hope that when you turn on your computer again, it'll be a connection invitation from one Mr. Strider. Again, in the future. Another timer winds down. Sideways. Oh, there it goes. It has a propeller. Dave abscond. Oh, Dave is going to run away from the fight. Let's see what happens. Can't abscond, bro. Dave and his brother have a very not abusive relationship. Yes, being forced to sword fight to the death with your brother for no fucking reason is not abusive. Also, what a bop. Yeet! I warned you about stairs, bro! I told you, dog! It keeps happening! What does? You don't have time to humor every random thought that pops into your head. The clock is ticking. Rose, look around for anything else of importance. This looks like something of importance. It appears to be Skynet's primary session terminal, monitoring a great number of SPURB sessions in the northeastern United States and parts of Canada. Upon further investigation, you draw some logical conclusions. It looks like each session consists of an IP address and a physical location. The colored dots on the map appear to be meteor impact sites. It seems each session corresponds with a meteor, but not all meteors have sessions. The color of the dot appears to indicate the stash of the meteor's descent. The red dots indicate meteors that have already landed. Yellow dots are imminent collisions. Greens will impact later, and blue will take the longest to touch down. Reminds me of your brother. Your brother gets into sword fights with you and throws you downstairs. You use the panel to center on your present location and zoom in. Surrounding the lab area are, of course, hundreds of smaller meteors that have been raining down steadily throughout the evening. Most of these are meteorites, have either landed already or will shortly. Centered at the lab has a significantly larger imminent collision. You can't say precisely how imminent, but you can certainly take an educated stab at it. Just southwest of the lab, centered suspiciously near the location of your house, is an even larger looming collision, though this one appears to be slightly less imminent. The terminal looks like it can monitor any meteor or session around the world. Search filters can be applied as well, restricting results based on size, time of impact, location, and so on. Well, there was that one snowball fight. Are you okay, Ryan? You zoom way out to narrow the search based on size. The two at the top of the list appear to be the biggest by far. You examine only their coordinates. The second biggest is centered over a U.S. city. The biggest by a landslide is, luckily for the Earth, you suppose, way out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Turn on your laptop and check on John. I am very tired. I am a very tired man. That's fair. Actually, we've been going for 3 hours. I should probably call it here. Let's save our place. We got to see Dave get the shit kicked out of him, so that's good. As far as I'm concerned, we're golden now. And I am now going to go to Twitch and see who we can raid. Nah, fam, can't be doing my boy Dave like that. Dave is getting done like that, though. Let's see here. Who's online? Who's online? Mini Sharp Teeth! We're raiding Mini Sharp Teeth today. They're playing... Ooh, they're playing, Lethal Company. Possum Dogs, oh, they're Pogs. Possum Dogs. Start raid. 1 week from now. Good stream. Why, thank you. Now you guys be on your best behavior and represent the posse well. I send thee!